Hey YouTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer. Today I am looking at my goals from 2020 to see how I did and telling you about my goals that I have for 2021. I'm just going to open up my bullet journal and read you the goals that I had. So my reading goals, I wanted to read 10 to 12 books per month. I did that. I actually exceeded that well, the beginning of the month I did really good at staying between 10 and 12, which is what I originally wanted to do because I was trying to focus on other things besides reading too. By the end of the month I kind of gave that up and just stuck to my minimum of 10 and just read as much as I could to try and reach some of my other reading goals. Read 1+ library book monthly. I did this and more than probably. Even with the pandemic, our library was able to let us put things on hold and bring the books out to us, and now we're kind of in like a smaller area, and so we're able to go most places with masks and things, and so our library is currently open so we can go there and check out books and stuff, and it's been really good. Read one nonfiction book monthly, and I was able to do this. I think there was 1 or 2 months where I accidentally didn't read a nonfiction book, but then other months I read more, so it kind of averaged out and I'm counting it. Read 1 comic book or graphic novel monthly. I started off doing really good with this goal, and then I decided not to continue doing it because I'm just not a comic book type of person, and I was trying to give them a good chance, and I still want to read comic books and graphic novels sometimes, but I think 3 to 4 a year is going to be about right for me. My other goal was to be reading a classic monthly, and I was able to do this pretty well. I wasn't always in the middle of a classic, but I was reading one each month. I participate in a readathon quarterly, and I did not do this. I only participated in 2 readathons, the rereadathon and the middle grade March, both of which I really like. And I really love readathons, but last year was just a little bit too crazy and I decided not to participate in readathons, but this year I'm pulling back on YouTube a little bit with the hopes that I can participate in readathons more. I've missed the booktube community quite a bit, and readathons is part of what I've missed. Finish my 2020 TBR list. I did this. I read 34 of the 36 books, and the other 2 I started reading, decided I didn't want to finish and DNF'd, which I count as, I marked them off my list, and so that counts as kind of like completion, I guess. Keep my series under 20. I did not do this. I think I'm at like 26 or something right now, and that's just the ones that I'm in the middle of, and then there are ones that there's like 7 that aren't totally, like not all the books are out yet, and then there's like some like 4 or 5 that I'm not sure I'm gonna keep reading, but I am in the middle of them and I haven't dropped them yet, and so yeah, I definitely did not do this. And then read my January unread library, and I can show you I did do this. I either read or DNF'd and got rid of all of the books that I owned, ebook, audiobook, and hard copy in January. I really like doing this because it just helps me to make sure that I am reading the books that I am buying. It's just my way of keeping track of that, I guess, and it's also really satisfying to mark that off. Now to my writing and YouTube goals. I wanted to make a Read Like a Writer video each month where I kind of like did a book review of a book from the perspective of a writer every month. I definitely didn't do this. I did do some videos like that and I liked it, but it's a lot of work. I definitely won't be trying to do that every month this next year. Finished my 2nd draft of Rapunzel and my 3rd draft of Rapunzel. I did that. I'm currently on my 5th draft. Who knew I'd take so many drafts to get to beta readers, but it is what it is. And then outline my Cinderella book, and I did this, and I'm very proud of myself for doing this. I am getting really close to being ready to draft this next year, and I think I'll be able to finish the first draft of it. I feel like my outline is really solid. I've put a lot of work and thought into it, and I really like the structure and the characters and the character arc. Reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. This did not happen. Obviously, I don't think I'm even at 500. I think I'm at like 400, but that's okay. I learned a lot with YouTube, with BookTube, with AuthorTube, and I have made some new friends here, and I really like what I've posted, and I like the direction I'm heading with it too, because it's taking a lot of pressure off of me to be a part of the community without feeling like I need to post a whole bunch or post certain stuff. So I'm doing good with it even though I didn't hit that goal. Post Bookstagram pictures weekly. I did do this. I'm in a really good groove right now where I post Monday through Friday. You can check out my Instagram account down below if you would like. Post 3+ blog posts monthly, and I did do this. Right now I post once a week on Sunday mornings to my personal blog. It's a type of journal where I can document my testimony, some different family events, things like that. Write some every day. I did do this. I wrote at least 5 minutes every day this year, 365 days a year, and I was really happy with that. And reach 500 Instagram followers. Did not even get close. I think I'm about half. I'm not sure. But like I said, I feel like I've gotten in a good groove with Instagram. I finally feel like I am part of a community on there where at the beginning of the year, I definitely did not feel that. And I like where it's headed. Moving on to my goals for 2021 with my new bullet journal. I want to read 10 to 15 books per month. And I feel like this is really doable for me. My minimum is 10, and that's like a low month for me normally, but sometimes you need a low month because you're not in the reading mood or you're busy or something. And 15, that's how many books I'm going to put on my TBR each month to try and reach some of my reading goals. Read a library book monthly. And like I said, I feel like I'm in a really good groove with this. I love our library, and it just helps me to read a lot of books without spending tons and tons of money. You know, I can't buy 15 books a month, and so the library really helps with that. Read a nonfiction book monthly. I haven't decided yet if this will be a writing craft book or if this will be separate and I'll read 2 nonfiction books a month. I'll have to decide, kind of see how it goes. Finish my 2021 TBR. Each year I have a list of 36 books that I definitely 100% want to get to. It's my way of making sure I am being really conscious about what I am reading and making sure that I'm reading the books that I really want to. Read my January unread library. I showed you before, and this is my current unread library here, so I want to read all of those books by the end of the year. Participate in 4 readathons. Like I said, I want to participate in more readathons this year, and I think 4 is a very doable number for me. I can participate in more if I want, but 4 is the minimum that I want to do. Reread 12 books. I like to reread at least 1 book a month. I'm hoping they're doing the rereadathon this year. I haven't seen anything yet, so I don't know, but if not, maybe I'll make up my own prompts just like for myself, because I do really enjoy the rereadathon, but I definitely want to reread at least 12 books. Get my series down to 25. Like I kind of already told you about how many series I have, so I've raised the number from last year, so it shouldn't be quite as hard to get it down, but I do have, I already know that quite a few books that I want to read this year are parts of series, and so hopefully I can finish a lot of series and knock them off my list. And then I want to read 6 classics. That should be fairly simple to do. It's not even 1 a month, but I do want to make sure that I'm continuing to read classics because I do enjoy most classics and I feel like they're really enriching to read and uplifting too. And then the last thing I want to do is to do my Jane Austen marathon, and you can go check that out if you are interested in learning more about that. It's just where I'm reading all of the Jane Austen books and watching the adaptations for them this year. And you're welcome to join along if you'd like, for some or all of it. Moving on to my writing and YouTube goals. I want to watch YouTube weekly, and this is my #1 goal for YouTube. I don't actually have any uploading goals this year. I'm just going to upload as I want to and as I can. I really just want to focus on being a part of the community, watching your guys' videos, interacting with them, and finding the new people, you know, participating in readathons and things like that. That's kind of my main focus, is finding time to watch YouTube videos and interacting with them on BookTube and AuthorTube. I also want to post to Instagram weekly. I want to try for 5 days a week, but even if just 1, that would count for my goal. I want to write every day for at least 5 minutes, although I might give myself like a free pass on like Christmas and Easter or something this year and let myself not do 365 days. We'll see. I want to find new YouTube channels and Instagram accounts each week to follow, at least 1 new one that I am interested in following. I want to finish writing my Cinderella backstory. It's the last thing I need to do before I write my draft, and then I want to finish the first draft of my Cinderella retelling. I want to finish my Rapunzel edits so that I can send them to beta readers, like get it to a beta reader stage, and I am really close. I'm currently rewriting the ending again, and then I have a couple small things to do, but then I think that it is ready for beta readers, and it has taken me a long time to get here, but I am proud of what I have and how far it's come. And then my other goal for that is to get it to beta readers to actually send it out to the beta readers. And then my final writing goal is to research querying. Not to start querying, but just to kind of dip my toes in, because I know that there's a whole lot to learn there and I don't know a ton about it yet. And so, and like maybe even like figure out which agents I would want to send it to and stuff. Really quickly, I just wanted to share some of my personal goals with you, just for fun. I did my most recent blog post on my personal blog, talked about these goals, so you can link down there if you'd want to. So I kind of look at different areas of my life and try and figure out like the trajectory based off of my current habits with that, and then figure out if I need to maintain there or if I can do better. Like if it's a negative trajectory, what can I do to start getting it closer to a positive trajectory? Or if it's a positive, are there things I can do to better it, you know? So with exercise is the first one that I had written down. I'm currently on a positive trajectory with that. I am doing 10 minutes of yoga with my husband each morning. And then I also do some stretches and some really basic, just a few minutes of like push-ups and squats and things like that. And I just barely started adding in the exercise on top of the yoga. And so I'm going to maintain for now. The next thing I want to add is walking on my treadmill. The next area is family time, and we're currently on, it's starting at 2020, starting in 2021, we're kind of on a negative trajectory there. A lot of the time we kind of just put on a movie because it's easier with 3 little kids, but we want to get away from that and reserve movies for like a special movie night where we watch a movie together and try and do activities together after dinner. So what we're doing right now, the change that we're making, is adding a reminder to my phone at 5:30 to put our phones away. And then we have a running list of simple activities that don't take tons of time that we can do with our kids. And then if we turn on a show after we do the activity or something, that's fine. We're just trying to start small and start the habit. And as we continue the habit and as the kids get older, we'll probably be able to kind of cut out the shows altogether in the evening. And some days we'll probably be able to do the activity without feeling like we have to turn on a show after. With diet, I actually feel like I'm currently on a negative trajectory with diet. I kind of have some bad habits with diet, especially with pizza. I love eating pizza. So what we're trying to do right now, my biggest thing is I've been focusing on meal planning, and that has helped me. I've been doing monthly meal planning, and I have kind of like a reminder on my phone for what I have planned for meal planning, and it works really great unless that day it comes up, the reminder comes up, and it's like, oh, I don't want to have that for dinner. It doesn't sound good to me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a list of things that are easy to make, but that I also really like, so I can choose one of those when I don't want what I meal planned for dinner, but then instead of getting pizza or something. So that's my current small change. So with relationships, my marriage, we're currently on a positive trajectory. We have a lot of good systems in place to connect and make sure that we are really just having a strong marriage. The one thing that we're trying to change right now, and you can hear my kids as I talk about relationships, the one thing that we are trying, the small change we're trying right now is praying together at the end of the day, specifically for parenting, so that we can parent better and just be the kinds of parent that we want to be and see our children in the right way and stuff, so that we can treat them better and just be better in general. And it's been a really connecting experience, and it's been really nice so far. We've just started implementing it and we love it. And then one change that I am making as a mom or as a parent is I have started reading for like 5 minutes out of a parenting book. I have quite a few that I really like on my phone, and I'm just reading out of them, basically rereading them right now after I read in my scriptures in the morning, which is a habit that I already have established. I've already implemented it a little bit as well, and it has really just helped me to recognize the tools that I can use in different situations so I can react better, and it just has me thinking about my kids in a better way and just reminding me about the kind of parent that I want to be, because I know a lot of tools, I have a lot of tools, I've read a lot of parenting books, but in the moment it can be so hard, especially at the end of the day, or if a child is constantly doing something, or it can be really hard. So that is really helpful to me, and I've really liked it so far. I'm going to continue doing that. And then with the gospel, I am currently on a positive trajectory with the gospel. One change that my husband and I want to make that is pretty small but also will make a big impact, I think, is playing gospel music or like church music, spiritual music more often. And we have made a playlist on Spotify, and we are able to play that music more, and it just brings a really sweet spirit into our home when we do that. So those are my main goals for 2021. I would love to hear about your goals and what you are wanting to accomplish this next year. Let me know in the comments below whether it's bookish or personal, and we can chat a little bit. And if you are interested in following my reading journey, I post a review for every book I read on Goodreads, and that is linked below. I'm also really active on Twitter and Instagram, and those are down below as well. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for lots of bookish content, reading, writing, all of that good stuff. And thank you so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next one.